Hey everyone, my name is Kristen and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm currently in my third semester of nursing school going through Peds, OB, and Community. I do have a Peds exam tomorrow morning. It's currently 5 o'clock the night before the exam. And so I thought I would show you my night and morning routine before an exam just so you can kind of see what I do. So if you're interested, just go ahead and keep watching. Like I said, it is the day before my exam. Now, I'm not gonna lie to you, my day before the exam routine is very basic and it's very simple. I am a person who does not like to cram. I tend to get very anxious before an exam, so cramming is not the best option for me, hence why I always tell you guys I tend to study and really get things done a week before the exam is even here. I'm just gonna kind of quickly just go through the things that I do before the exam. So hopefully this is helpful to you. Honestly, all that I do is I review my study guide probably 1 to 2 times, and I tend to focus in on those areas that I may still be struggling with just a little bit. Now, if I need a little bit more than just my study guide to really help me through the information, I'll go on YouTube, I'll look up all different kinds of videos related to that concept because I am a very visual learner too. Other than that, I just go through practice questions. At this point, I've pretty much mastered the material for the most part. Obviously, I'm not gonna know everything that I need to know for the exam, but I feel pretty comfortable with the material. The rest of the night just consists of me doing practice questions so I can apply that information and really get my mind in the zone for the exam. So I really like to do this the night before. I really just like to get my mind set and ready to go. And one thing that really helps me too is I like to stay very positive. I do like to go ahead and remind myself that I worked hard, that I know what I am talking about, I know the material, and look, if there's a question that I don't really understand, go ahead, read it again. If I don't get it a second time, read it again. Really just try to break that question apart. And I really try not to let my mind get to me when I do these exams because we all know our minds can play tricks on us. So I really do just try to make sure that I'm in the most positive mindset that I can be. So if I ever do get tripped up on an exam, I can really coach myself through the exam to make sure that I don't let my anxiety get the best of me and really try to stay in that positive mindset. What I'm gonna do, I'm gonna go ahead and look over my study guide a few times, and then I will actually show you how I look up on Google, some ways you can find practice questions on Quizlet. So I'm gonna go ahead and share my screen so you can see that. So now that I've talked a bunch, I'm gonna go ahead and start studying my study guide and then kind of just take you through my night. My Peds Exam 2 study guide pulled up with Google on the side. So I am just going to show you how I look up the Quizlets the night before just so I can get some examples of what the questions will be like and obviously get my mind more in a testing mindset. So right here I have oxygenation, alteration, and respiratory function. So I'm just going to type in Google, oxygenation, Peds Quizlet questions. And let's just see what pops up. Okay, so the first one is Peds respiratory NCLEX flashcards. So let me see what this looks like. Okay, so this looks pretty similar to some of the content that I was studying earlier. So I'm just gonna kind of look through the set and see if this looks good. Now I do have to know about some of these medications. Now there are some things in here that I actually don't have to know, but in that case I would just go ahead and skip those questions just because I'm not focusing on that material. But I actually do kind of like this set because there is feedback. so I can go ahead and read why each answer choice is correct or why the other answer choices are incorrect. So it's just really good to also have that feedback in here so you really understand why you're getting the question right. So I think I'm gonna work on this. So that's literally all that I do. I just continue to go down the list of Quizlets, and I will continue to do Quizlet questions as much as I need to. And once I feel like I've done enough, I actually call it quits. So once I'm done with the respiratory, I'm gonna then move on to the cardiac. So I would do the same thing and put in Google Peds Cardiac Quizlet questions. So as you can see, I mainly just take the overall title of that specific section or chapter in the book that I'm working on. And I've always done this for all my classes, and it's been super helpful. Last thing I really just want to talk about, which I think is super important, is what I do before I go to bed for the exam. Now, I normally stop looking at the material around 8 or 9 o'clock at night. I really do want to make sure that I get a great sleep, that I get my 7 to 8 hours before an exam. So I will go ahead and close all the books around that time, and I will not look at the material. And essentially what I do is I either like read a book, or I'll actually like take a bath or like take a shower, or just try to like relax honestly the night before an exam. So I might even like watch a movie. It really just depends on what I'm feeling. It kind of like changes every day. Like I can't give you a specific of kind of what I do. It's really just what I'm feeling. But anything that's like super stress relieving is what I try to focus on the night before the exam. So hopefully you can take these tips with you and maybe they might be helpful. All right, y'all, it's about that time. I think I'm gonna go ahead and just take a shower, get clean tonight, and then kind of just spend the rest of my night just in bed watching some TV. So I think that's how I'm gonna end my night, just so you have an idea specifically of what my night routine looks like. But I really just kind of want to sit and de-stress because I am feeling a little bit anxious right now. Sometimes I get anxious like the night before an exam or like the morning of, so I really just want to like try and relax. It's currently 9:15, so I really just do want to go ahead and just, I guess, get cleaned up, and we'll see how it goes from there. All right, y'all, it's almost 10 o'clock. I'm up a little bit later than I normally would be, but I am recording and everything, so I did know I probably was gonna be up a little bit later than normal. I've honestly just been watching TV. I've just been watching TLC, nothing like of super importance. I was gonna watch a movie, but then I decided to just watch TV, and that was the first thing that popped up. So I am getting ready to go to bed now, so I'm gonna go ahead and go to sleep because I normally do like to wake up anytime early in the morning. I do like to make sure that I am up and ready to go just so I don't miss my exam, because I've always been one of those who's very fearful that my alarm won't go off. So I do like to make sure that I wake up early, but I normally am programmed to wake up pretty early because I have to wake up at like 5 a.m. for clinicals. So I normally don't have an issue of waking up without my alarm, but I still do like to set a couple of alarms just in case. So I will see you in the morning. It's the morning of my exam. It's right now 7:30. Normally on an exam day, I'll wake up anywhere from like 6 a.m. to like 8 a.m. It just really depends on kind of what I want to do in the morning and how I want to like really de-stress before the exams. Normally the morning of the exam, I don't really do anything, and I'm not gonna lie about that. I personally choose not to really look at the material the day of the exam. It honestly, for me, just stirs up my nerves, so I personally decide just not to look at anything. If I do anything, I will just pull up some questions. For example, like I might just find like 1 or 2 Quizlets here or there just to get my mind going and in test mode. I may just do some practice questions right before the exam, but other than that, I wake up, I eat breakfast, and honestly, I just sit and just enjoy either like the silence. I'll put on like a TV show, or I'll just call my mom or do other things. I really don't do much before the exam, so maybe you might be able to take away some stress relieving techniques from this video, that if you do tend to get anxious, why not just try to put down the books, put down the material before the exam, and then see if that helps. Maybe listen to like your favorite music, or watch your favorite TV show, or maybe play some music, like if you know how to play an instrument, read a book. Like just try other things to see if that helps, because I know like if I start looking at the material, I tend to get very anxious. So that's just my personal choice, but maybe that will be something that's helpful to you. So I'm probably just gonna make a quick smoothie and then honestly probably just do maybe a couple Quizlet questions, and I don't even know if I'm gonna do Quizlet questions specifically in regard to the material. I think I'm going to look up some OB Quizlet questions, so I'm not looking at any of my PEDS material this morning. But I think that is what I'm gonna do before the exam, so totally wish me luck. I will definitely let you know how the exam goes in a future video, so let's go ahead and get my morning started. Now before the exam, I always make sure to have a stack of index cards or paper and then a pen or pencil, just so if I have math problems, which I normally do have on my exams, I have some scratch paper, or if I just need something to write on because my brain, I'm just not quite thinking through things and my brain's not letting me, I will go ahead and write things down as I go. I'm about to log into my computer and take my exam. Now I do like to make sure that my dining table is free of clutter, just so I can go ahead and make sure that I am in a good mental space when I'm taking this exam and I just don't have a lot of stuff on my actual table itself. All right, here I go. Alrighty, y'all, that's all that I have for you in today's video. If you liked the video, please give it a thumbs up. And of course, don't forget to subscribe, join the community. And if you have any suggestions, comments, or anything you'd like to talk about, don't forget to put it down in the comment box down below. And of course, good luck to you on your nursing journey.